What's up, guys? It's your girl Alexandria Gabrielle 2.0. This is my first YouTube video on this channel. So yeah, I'm not new to YouTube because I had another page. It's called Alexandria Gabrielle, but I had technical difficulties with that channel, so I just moved over to here, and basically I'm starting over. So this video is going to be how I found out I was 15 and pregnant, story time, and how I told my mom and my dad. It's a lot of details I'm gonna have to get into, but I know that I'm gonna need to get into all those details because it's a lot that girls want to know, and I'm gonna tell them. So I was 15 when I started having symptoms. I was having abdominal cramps, I was having headaches, I was having just pain, aches in my body, my feet were swollen, I had blue veins in my chest, I had swollen nipples, like they were bigger, like they were hard basically. I had big areolas, like the dark part around your nipples, they got big. And then my nipples were tender. Well, my breasts were tender. Those were my symptoms. I was also feeling sick, like I didn't want to eat anything. I only wanted to eat cold things like sandwiches and just drink cold stuff, eat ice cream. That's it. And that was at the beginning. So let's get into the story. One day I just felt like tired and I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want nobody to bother me. I was just like, I had an attitude and I was just not in the mood. And my personality is like, sometimes it's like that regularly. Sometimes I want to be left alone. Sometimes I don't want to be bothered. And I just have an attitude most of the time. So I didn't think anything of it because I was like, this is how I normally am. I don't think it's nothing wrong. A few days after that, I started having symptoms. It was like maybe like 6 days after I started having symptoms. And before I even started having symptoms, I used to watch 16 and Pregnant, and I used to watch Teen Mom, so I knew what was up, and I knew, like, you know. Plus, I watched girls on YouTube before I even got pregnant, and I knew what was up. So when I started having those symptoms, I didn't even say, oh, I'm probably just sick, oh, I got a cold. I went straight to Google and I searched up all the symptoms at the same time in the search bar, and then pregnancy came up, and then I started reading about it. People was commenting like their stories, and I was just reading it, all their symptoms and stuff. I was just reading it. So I was like, okay, I gotta tell my boyfriend. So I told him, and he was like, you know, whatever it is, I'm gonna be there for you. I'm gonna be there with you and the baby if that's the case, and you just don't worry about that on my end. I'm gonna take care of it. So I was more comfortable, but the real hard part was with my parents. But, you know, at the same time, I didn't know if I was pregnant for sure. So I just, you know, kept on just strolling along like everything was normal. As I went on and on, the symptoms started getting worse. Like, they were, like, getting way worse. Like, the cramps were getting harder. And everything was lasting for a long, long time, like a few days. One day, I was at school, and I went to use the bathroom because I had to pee really, really bad. And it wasn't like a normal, like, oh, I gotta pee. It was like, if I don't go to the bathroom, now I'm gonna pee on myself. So I quickly went to the bathroom with two of my friends, and I peed. it was burning. Now, you know, instantly, if your pee burn, you gonna be like, oh my God, I need to go to the doctor. I got an STD, da 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 da. Not only was my pee burning, I also had blood, which is spotting for pregnancy. A symptom for pregnancy is called spotting. I had pink. It was like a light pink, and it was in the tissue when I peed after I wiped. And I was like, I didn't know what to think. And the pee was really hurting, and it was painful, and it was like, it just felt so bad, and I really thought I had something. So I came out the stall. I went to my friends, and I was like, I told them what happened, and then I was like, I need to go to the nurse. I gotta do this like ASAP because I don't know what's going on. So I went to the nurse. I told her what happened. She gonna tell me, oh, that's real bad. Like, you need to go to the doctor. I need to call your mom. I need to tell her about this so she can take you to the doctor. Like, and I was like, is it bad? She was like, yes, it's really bad. And I was like, okay. So she really had my head hyped that I had a disease or something. So then I was thinking like, okay, maybe that's why I was having all them symptoms, having headaches, and maybe that's why my stomach and stuff was hurting. So the whole day I was just really like scared. Like, I was so scared. And then I was in the hallway. I was cussing my boyfriend. I was like, you gave me this, you gave me that. And he was like, why would why would we do it unprotected? And if I had a disease, I would have been told you if I had a disease. And then I was like, yeah, true, because I trust him. So my boyfriend told me like he didn't have no type of symptoms like that. Like, so I was just like, okay, maybe I don't have a disease. And so I instantly went home and I looked it up, and it said everything that it could be. They had herpes on there. They had all the type of STDs on there. And then pregnancy was up there too. I was like, When that popped up, I was instantly like, I might be pregnant. But I wasn't sure because I didn't take a test. So that's when I went on YouTube, and I was watching girls' videos and stuff. And then I remember Google, it had yeast infection and bacterial vaginosis on there. I had crossed all the STDs and stuff out because I was like, no, it's way more symptoms that all them STDs have that I didn't have. So I came down to yeast infection and bacterial vaginosis. And so I had a yeast infection before. I mean, come on, who has it? If you haven't had a yeast infection, you're going to have one in your lifetime. It's not dirty. It's not that you don't keep yourself clean. It's really normal. So I came with bacterial vaginosis. I was like, maybe this is what I have. So I went and I read the background to like make sure. And then it said it started at 14 and then all the way up. So I was like, maybe it's normal because I'm 15 and maybe I'm just getting it. But then I kept reading and I read that it comes with pregnancy. So that was like a good thing and a bad thing. It was a good thing because I kind of felt better, like I didn't have an STD. And then the pregnancy part was the bad thing. November 3rd, I started bleeding. And now, I thought that I was having a miscarriage. So I called my boyfriend. I told him, like, I had blood clots in my blood, and then I had a pad on. It was not going on, the blood was not going on the pad. It only happened when I peed. And it was like a period though, So I was just like, oh no. I thought I was having a miscarriage. It happened, it was going on for a few days. One day, we was going to Virginia to pick up my cousin. And I kept having to use the bathroom like every 30 minutes. I had to use the bathroom. So I tried not to drink a lot of stuff because even when I wasn't drinking anything, I had to use the bathroom. Me and my mom went in the bathroom together, but I told her I was on my period so that she won't think anything. But it was really bothering me. Like, I kept telling my boyfriend, like, this is really, I don't know what to do. This is bothering me. The day we came back, I was like, I need to tell my mom, because what if something wrong? So I text my mom and I was like, I don't think I'm on my period. And she was like, what do you mean? So she called me and then she was like, what you mean you don't think you're on your period? What you think it is? I was like, I don't know. And then she was like, I'm gonna bring you a pregnancy test when I get home. My mama know what's going on because she was pregnant at 15. She had her baby at 16, so she know exactly what was going on, what the deal was. So but she brought me the wrong thing. She brought me an ovulation test because at the place she went, the ovulation test and the pregnancy test looked like the same thing. They were just different colors, but she didn't know. So she brought me an ovulation test. I still took it, you know. I took it. But she read on the box, oh, this not no pregnancy test, da-da-da-da. So it died down because she was like, oh, I don't think you're pregnant. I just think it's your period. It's probably just a irregular period, you know. You growing and your period start getting irregular. Your cycle start to change and all that stuff. I was like, okay. But it only lasted for 3 days. And if that was my period, why is it only lasted for 3 days? So I looked it up. I said, can you be on your period while you're pregnant, when you first get pregnant? And it said yes, but it's gonna be an irregular period. I was like, oh my God, like everything somehow is lining up with pregnancy. Somehow. I know how it's lining up with pregnancy. She gave me the pregnancy test and she was like, go take this. And so I went to go take it while she was asleep, and it was positive. But I kind of knew that it was going to be positive because, hey, all of this stuff going on, all these symptoms, it was kind of like a confirmation for me. So I sent it to my boyfriend. He was asleep at the time, but fast forward, the next morning, she came in there. She got my pregnancy test off the floor. She took it back in the room with her. I guess she had to read the box and stuff because, you know, pregnancy tests work differently. So she came back in my room, tapped me, pow, pow, pow. She was like, so you pregnant? She was screaming, she was yelling, she was upset, crying. And I didn't know how to take it because I was like, wow, disappointed. My mama feels so, I feel so bad because I never did this to her. I never, you know, was in a position to where I lost her trust. So, you know, I was feeling bad and everything. She called his mama. She told his mama. And I'll do another video so y'all can see, so he can tell his side of the story. But yeah. Then she called me while she was at work. She was like, you know, I love you. It's going to be okay. I'm going to be here for you. But you need to tell your dad. So I had to call my dad and I told him. Honestly, he reacted better than my mama did, but he was still upset. He called me back later on. We talked about it. Girl, if you pregnant, let your mama know straight up. Like, not like right then and there, like when you find out, but like let her know before she start having suspicions about it, because that stuff hurted. Like, not only was I pregnant, I also lied to her, you know. And I'm not making this video for entertainment purposes, like to tell you guys, oh, do this, get pregnant, it's fun, da, 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 da. You're gonna have a baby, you're gonna feel grown. No, it's not. It's a good thing, but not while you young, you know. You need to have a baby while you experience and while you're ready. And you know, I just want to let you guys know, if you're in this position, it's going to be okay. You're gonna have a lot of support on your hand. Even though I didn't do the right thing, I had a lot of support. And it's not a, you know, it's not a bad thing. And don't say it was a mistake, because it was not. Having a baby is not a mistake. It's a blessing. Always remember that. I'm so glad I didn't have an abortion. I was about to have an abortion, but I'm so glad I did it, because she's the best thing that happened to me. But do what you want to do. But at the end of the day, their blessings, and it's not their fault that they got put in the womb. So remember that. But yeah, I just want to wish you guys luck. I love y'all. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that post notification to get notified every time your girl posts a video. Support your girl, and you'll get more and more videos. I love you guys.